already feel like crying, and we haven't even started. Oh my gosh. Lord, what do you have me doing? So, I have been feeling the need to talk about this for quite some time, and because again, it just leaves me in a very vulnerable place. I've been pushing it off. And so the last couple videos that we've been doing, I've been talking a lot about love, loving yourself, loving others, God loving us. And I just keep feeling this pull to talk about what love looked like for me growing up. We gonna have a lot of pauses, a lot of deep breaths. So we all just gonna pause real fast. And this is an exercise that I do with my kids. I do with any like children that like I tutor or that I work with. We take this moment whenever it just seems fit to take a deep breath, breathe out, take a deep breath, breathe out. And this last one, really, really deep breath in for me. Breathe out. All right. Growing up, disclaimer, I absolutely love my parents. I love both of my parents. I know that they did what they could, what they had. Okay, so I'm having this conversation because I know I've been talking a lot about love in my last couple of videos, and I know for some of us it's like she doesn't know what I've been through. Like she don't understand. It thinks that it's just this easy. Y'all, I didn't truly start loving myself until maybe a couple years ago. Like it took a lot of work. I'm telling y'all, this is emotional. But growing up, I did not love myself. I had a dad who very much he would remind me all the time how beautiful I was, how how much of a superstar that I was. Like he poured into me. But obviously, as a little girl, you don't want to always just hear it from your dad. You want to hear it from other people. You want to hear it from guys because you want guys to like you because you want to experience love when you get older. And it's like I didn't hear that from other people. You want your friends to be like, oh yeah, I have some pretty friends. I didn't feel like my friends like thought that I was pretty. And so I did not view myself as beautiful. I like my teeth, they straight now. But back then, mm-mm. It's like my teeth were crip walking, okay? um there were just like a lot of things growing up that played a part in a role in me loving myself. And so, oh goodness. Also like not hearing it from my mom. Now, again, I gave y'all my disclaimer. I love my mom. My mom did the best with what she had. But I didn't hear like from her that she was proud of me. My mom was a very hardworking woman. She still is a very hardworking woman. Um, but like there were certain okay. And then there were like even small things. This is why like I stress so much as parents that we think about the things that we say to children and how we handle situations, because in children's minds what has fully developed for us as adults hasn't fully developed for children, because they are still learning, their brain is still being formed, like parts are still being worked out. And so as a child, I couldn't understand why my mom, like anytime somebody would say, oh, Aaliyah looks like you. And she'd be like, no, we don't. So as a child, I'm like, well, dang. you know, and I know that people believe that my mama is pretty. I believe my mom is pretty. And to have her, like, you know, tell people all the time, no, she don't look like me. As a child, it was like, well, dang, does my mom not think I'm pretty? Like, what is it? Growing up, I was always told that, oh my gosh, that man just locked eyes with me. Like, sir, yes, I'm sitting in my car and I'm doing a video. Like, hey, that's what we do out here. um, but growing up, as I got older, I always heard, like, family always told me that boys only want what's in between your legs. And again, thinking back to me being a child, me being before my brain has fully developed. So I didn't see the other side because nobody ever talked to me about the other side. Nobody ever talked to me about the fact that there are guys out there who actually want to get to know you, who actually like will like you for your personality. Like there are guys out there like that. So I didn't see that other side. And in my eyes, all guys wanted from me was what was in between my legs. So when I talk to guys, especially like guys who that was their only intention, I felt like, hey, that's what I'm good for, because nobody ever taught me how to deal with our male counterparts in a way that didn't reflect that they only want see me as a body. They only see me as for what's in between my legs. So the idea of loving myself, of actually practicing it, it didn't happen for me until I got older. And there's been like trials and errors. Like I vividly remember in undergrad, you know, I started to toy with the idea of taking care of myself and loving myself, but it still wasn't a true love, because I was doing it more so like whenever I went out, what are other people going to think of me? The way that the rain got this line going down my face, like it looked like a filter. It's not, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But it was still like this love where I was seeking the validation from others. And so I wasn't loving on myself or taking care of myself because like, hey, I really like, you know, I really want to take care of me. I was doing it because I really want other people to notice me and see me and take interest in me. So I just wanted to like stop in and say that whenever I'm talking to you guys about love, whenever I'm talking to you about like childhood experiences, childhood wounds, whenever I am diving deep into what it means to be the very intentional mama, like whenever I'm talking to you guys about parenting, like all of these different topics that I go into, it's coming from a place of experience. It's coming from a place of like truly knowing what it feels like to not receive love, to not receive it in a way that you need it, because people can give you love, but most of the time people give you love in the way that they think that they should give love, or they give you love in a way that they would like to receive love. And so it's very much a part of learning. Like this is why, as the very intentional mama, we're not just focusing on our kids, we're not just focusing on our significant others, we're not even just focusing on ourselves, but we're learning how to love other people. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then the way that you treat the people around you, it's going to reflect in how you treat them. And so like I said, I did not know where this was gonna go. This is very impromptu. This is very much Holy Spirit, like have your way, whatever it is that you need to say. Also, knowing that love is more than just a word. Love is an action. It is very much an action. Yeah, so honestly, this was the beginning of it's the beginning of something. There's just been a lot of Aaliyah, there's things that I need you to do, and I need you to put your feelings aside because the picture is so much bigger than you and your little feelings. And I don't like when people say your little keychains, your little business. It's a big business. It's big keychains around here. But no, like for real. There's people who are seriously waiting on me to tell my story. There's people who are waiting to hear my point of view on different things. And so this is just like my public announcement that a lot of things that y'all are going to hear from me, see from me, they're not things that I actually wanted to do. But it's things that I know are going to help other people come out of certain situations, to come out of certain mindsets, to, break generational habits, break generational trauma. Like, it's a lot to do with impacting other people and not just focusing on me. So yes, I'm loving on myself. I'm pouring into myself so that I can be able to pour out to others, because if I don't take care of me, then imagine what it would look like of me trying to take care of somebody else. I'm not going to put my best foot forward because I don't put my best foot forward with myself. Yeah. I'm going to let that sit. And so that leads me to share with you guys that there are now self-care buddies. So the Very Intentional Mama is partnering up with the Sauce Coach to do self-care buddies. And so what this looks like is getting my notes out, guys, because I do not want to tell you guys wrong. But with the self-care buddies, it is a Telegram where you can expect self-care tips rooted in self-love, spiritual maturity, and solidarity. And it's just a space to share struggles and triumphs, because guys, listen, we cannot do this alone. There are going to be some hard days. Every day is not peaches and creams and roses. Like, there are some days where we deep in the trenches, and we want this space for you all to know that you can come into this space and share those struggle days, but you can also come into the space and share your wins. And so there will also be free downloads that would be digital and spiritual. So this is me and the Sauce Coach initiative to help you not just sit here and like tell you what you should be doing, but this is us going along on this journey together so that we all can grow, so that we all can love our neighbors as we love ourselves, so that we can all be obedient and fully live out what God has called us to do. So if you want to join us, that link will be down below, but it's also in my description on my YouTube channel. So until next time, y'all, because at this point, I don't know what be going on. I'm just letting the Holy Spirit lead me. But I love y'all. Drop any questions, comments, or concerns that you have. If there is a topic that you would specifically like me to speak on, let me know, and I'll see you next time.